Let's be honest, debt doesn't just sit quietly in the background. It follows you around. It makes you second-guess every spending decision. It keeps you awake at night, wondering how long this will last. But here's something most people never realize. Debt isn't permanent. The right system can make the journey not just faster, but less painful. Instead of cutting out every single joy or living on rice and beans, you can set up a plan that works quietly in the background while you keep living your life. Today, we're going to talk about exactly how to do that. A surprising number of people in debt don't actually know how much they owe. They'll say, oh, around 10 grand, or a few credit cards, but when you dig deeper, the numbers can be shocking. The first step to paying off debt faster is facing the truth. Write down every balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. When you do this, two things happen. First, you take back control. The numbers are no longer a mystery haunting you. Second, you start to see patterns. Maybe one card is charging 25% interest, while another loan is far less dangerous. That clarity tells you where to focus. Remember, you can't win a game if you don't know the score. Once you know the numbers, it's time to choose your strategy. There are two main ones. The snowball method means paying off the smallest debt first. The benefit? Quick wins. You feel a sense of progress, and that motivation keeps you moving. The avalanche method means targeting the debt with the highest interest first. This saves you the most money overall, because you stop those huge interest charges from piling up. So, which one is best? The truth is, both work. Studies show people who use the snowball often stick with it longer, while avalanche saves you the most mathematically. The best method is the one you'll stay consistent with, because consistency, not perfection, is what clears debt. One of the easiest ways to fail at paying off debt is forgetting payments or missing deadlines. That's why automation is a lifesaver. Set up all your minimum payments to come out automatically. This ensures you'll never slip behind and get hit with late fees, which only make things worse. Once that's running smoothly, focus any extra money, whether it's £20 or £200, on your target debt. The beauty of this system is that you don't have to constantly think about it. Your base payments are handled, and your extra effort goes exactly where it counts. Over time, the balance drops faster than you expect, and you don't waste energy worrying about the basics. Where do you find extra money to throw at debt? It's not always about earning more. Often, it's about uncovering money you already have. Go through your bank statements. Do you see subscriptions you forgot to cancel? Maybe that gen you don't use, or 3 different streaming services you barely touch? What about dining out? Cutting just one takeaway a week could give you 30 extra pounds to put toward debt. Sell things you don't need. Old tech, clothes, furniture. Even £50 a month makes a huge difference. Over a year, that's £600. And if you're carrying credit card debt, that £600 could save you hundreds more in avoided interest. The little leaks in your budget are often the key to speeding up payoff. This is the part that trips people up. They pay off £500 but then swipe the card for a new purchase, and suddenly they're back where they started. It feels like running on a treadmill, moving but going nowhere. The fastest way to break free is to stop adding to the pile. Switch to debit or even cash for day-to-day spending. That way, you're only using money you actually have. It's not easy at first. Saying no to credit when it's so easy to swipe takes discipline. But every month you don't add new debt is a month closer to freedom. Imagine paying something off and watching that balance stay at zero. That's when you start to feel the weight lifting. Sometimes, the system is stacked against you with sky-high interest rates. That's where refinancing or debt consolidation can help. If you qualify for a lower rate, you might move a balance from 25% interest down to 10%, or even 0% for a promotional period. That can free up hundreds in saved interest, which you can throw at the balance itself. But here's the key. Only do this if the math works and you can stick with the payments. A lower rate means nothing if you end up swiping the old card again. Used wisely, refinancing is like opening a pressure valve. It takes the strain off, giving you breathing room to make progress. One reason people give up on debt payoff is that progress feels invisible. You pay £100 and the balance barely moves. That's why tracking matters. Create a visual chart, color in progress bars, or even write balances on sticky notes you can peel away as you go. Each little win is a victory, and those wins build momentum. A balance that once felt impossible becomes smaller and smaller. The psychological side of this journey is just as important as the maths. When you see progress, you believe in the process. And when you believe, you keep going. That's how you push through the slow middle stage and actually reach the finish line. Some people think paying off debt means saying goodbye to all fun until it's gone. That's not true. Yes, you may need to cut back on luxuries, but you don't have to cut out joy completely. The key is choosing low-cost or free alternatives. Instead of expensive nights out, try potluck dinners with friends. Instead of pricey subscriptions, borrow books or stream free content. Find hobbies that don't drain your wallet. This balance matters because burnout is real. If you feel like you're punishing yourself, you'll eventually quit. Paying off debt isn't about suffering, it's about building freedom, and you can still enjoy your life while you do it. Debt feels heavy, but it doesn't have to define your future. By knowing your numbers, picking a strategy, automating payments, and finding hidden money, you create a system that works quietly in the background. By avoiding new debt, using refinancing wisely, and tracking your wins, you'll see progress faster than you thought possible. And through it all, remember to live your life. You're not just paying off debt, you're building the foundation for financial freedom. Every step matters. Every payment matters. And with consistency, you will be free. If you found this helpful, subscribe to MoneyPatch and let's keep building your financial future together.